What is going on, everybody? Bob29 back in the lounge yet again. Make sure to kick back, relax, and grab some snacks. It is time for something brand new, and that something is the Titan Takeover. As you can see, it is at the top of our screen here. It's in the career section, so something to keep in mind. You're not going to find it in events. It's in career, and as you can see, we have the display of today's Titan. It is Powerhouse Hulkamania Brother. All right, when you click into the Titan, you will actually see there's something for each day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are different classes for each day. You'll also notice that there are 2 aggressive, there are 2 defensive, 2 focused, no chaotic. And there's going to be some energy in the top here, a shop in the top here, and this little I button up here in case you don't know what's going on. I'm not going to read every single one of these things for you here, but this is here as an explanation for everybody. Very, bare bones, basic level of explanation. Your energy up here, you can you can get 2 free energy right now in the store as well. The suggestion is to make sure that you go through all your energy first before just claiming that energy. It seems to be getting lost on some players' accounts. Now, for the Titan itself, well, there you go. As you click go, like I said, you'll see that it's going to go through everything here for you. Nothing to worry about there. This is my account. Not my CC account, so you will see the TNM logo up here. You'll also see that we have already progressed through a couple of the tiers. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and we of course have tier 4 that we are currently working on. So now, to elaborate and kind of explain what's going on here, these are faction tiers. These are faction Titans, okay? So the tier 1 Titan has 1 million health, okay? If you use Go and you go ahead and check it out, I guess it's showing my my showdown character, you'll notice that there's no requirement for the first spot on either of these, right? Here, let's actually go ahead and put my worst character in. That way you can see it can be anybody, okay? For tier 2, the requirements are the same, anybody. For tier 3, the requirements, again, the same, anybody. For tier 4, however, the requirements then change. You will see that there is a technician plus hype 1 or more, and then a hype 1 as the tag partner. So you'll notice that your pool of characters goes down significantly. Again, this is the Bob29 account, so these are the characters that I have that are technicians with 1 or more hype. I can use, let's just say, Cena. He can go into the slot there. And then I need somebody with any hype. So let's say I want to use my Bubba. He doesn't have to be a technician. And there is Bubba, right? So that is your character selection requirements. Now, on top of that, the Titan himself, you'll see it'll say he's a powerhouse. It'll have the 1 indicated that you need 1 hype or more. And then he also has a little I button on him here. This will show you the moves, the bonus, and the stats of the Titan himself. So the moves, phase 1 is currently active. Phase 2 will be active after you deal a certain amount of damage. So phase 1, which is currently active, his first turn, he will deal just short of 14 mil. He'll turn the bottom row into red pyros, and then he'll modify 25 random gems into blast. His second turn, 14 mil, increase his red gem damage, and then looks like it's going to swap pyro gems into red gems. I couldn't tell you. And then turn 3, 100 million damage for every turn that has passed, including the Titan's turn. So you can tell that they don't want you to live through the majority of this unscathed. They're just going to go ahead and wipe you out. The bonuses, you can see there's nothing active. Other than, I guess, some basic stuff down here. I don't really understand what that represents, other than just basic reductions and bonuses and stats. So you'll see that he has his own hype, so that's why you need to be hype 1 or more in order to go first and get those bonuses against him. Now, on top of having these requirements and on top of having energy, you're going to notice what looks like a little lifeline bar here under each person. This is called stamina. So every time that you fight a Titan, with a character, your stamina will be used up for that character. So let's say that I do use Cena and Bubba Ray. I will not be able to use them again for today's Titan. That will be the stamina that they will use up because that is my tag. That will count as one of the 3 energy that I have. So let's say that you have one really, really good technician with hype, let's say Ilya. I can only use Ilya once against this Hogan. I can use other technicians with 1 or more hype, such as Americano or Punk or Cena or whoever on my account, but I can only use them again once. The tag partner in this case doesn't have to be a technician, but you still need hype. So let's say I want to use Haku. I can use Haku, but only once. So that's something to keep in mind. And then a couple other things. So let me see if I can pull this back up. Perfect. So we have the action bar, okay? There's no more pin bar in Titan mode. So this is all just talking about the Titan. There's no pin bar. Everything that you do will cost 1 action, okay? Swiping gems, that's an action. Using a move, that's an action. Using a prop, that's an action. When you go through all of your actions, all 5 actions, that is going to count as your turn, right? So, for example, if you have something that gives you a gem damage boost for 1 turn or something, provided you don't swipe and you just use moves, you should be able to have that bonus for the duration of your turn. 5 actions here is just something that they're showing you on the surface. Some Titans might only have 3 actions. Others might have 5. Who knows? Maybe some might give you 7. But the actions, this is how many moves, swipes, props, etc. that you get to do before the Titan's turn. So again, when you go and check out Hogan, right, his turn is going to be what happens on that phase. So let's say that 5 is the number. You get 5 actions before Hogan goes with his first turn. So that's some bare bones basic level stuff for you. Make sure to refresh your game consistently, especially towards the beginning, because you may still see that you're on tier 1, but in reality your faction has already worked its way through tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and maybe you're on tier 4. Apparently this will be the starting tier next week if you make it up to here. So tier 4 for Hogan, right? Today is Hogan. Next week, so next Sunday, I guess October 12th, at the moment, TNM should be at tier 4 for Hogan, and we don't have to worry about opening up tier 3, tier 2, tier 1 again. We'll just start at tier 4. We don't have to worry about using our energy and stamina at that point. On tier 3, 2, and 1, we should already be at tier 4. Now, there's also a couple of reward sections. The damage rewards. So this is going to be pretty confusing for a lot of folks out there, and I understand why, because it was still confusing for me to understand it. So right now, it's showing us on tier 4, because that's where, again, our faction is at. You'll see that I have done 0 damage. I haven't used my energy or stamina just yet. I'm waiting to see if I'm going to be helpful on tier 4, or maybe I'll be helpful on tier 5. Who knows? But this is what you'll see here on the tier. So for tier 4, if you're the person who KOs the boss or the Titan, you will get an extra 4,500 Titan currency. We'll go over the shop in just a minute, but that will be the bonus for being the person who deals the final blow to the boss. Then you have different reward milestones, I guess. So depending on how much damage you do to the Titan, you will get these rewards at the end of the Titan's day. So it just started today on Sunday. So when Monday rolls around, you will get rewards accumulating to what you see here. I guess my regular showdown energy is back. You'll get rewards to what you see here sent to your inbox after today's Titan is over. So for us on tier 4, if you deal 1.35 billion damage, you should get 3,000 hype coins, 15,000 Titan Shop currency, and 5.5 million coins sent to your inbox when tomorrow reset hits. All of the tiers have their own breakdown. So it doesn't show you, unless you're in that tier, what the damage breakdown is. But you can see for bronze, it goes up to 5,000 and 500,000 coins. For tier 3, it goes up to 1,500 hype, 10,000 Titan coins, and 3 million regular coins. So you could see how it climbs up, right? Because in this case, platinum here is 1.35 billion. You get double the hype, 50% bonus on the Titan coins, almost double the amount of regular coins. And down here at tier 5, goes up to 5,000 hype, 20,000 Titan coins, and 7 million regular coins. So that is the damage rewards that you will get for how much damage that you do to the Titan. On top of that, there are also daily faction rewards. So I'm not really sure what indicates this level, right? So I don't really fully understand what shows the level here, or how I guess it's accumulated. Maybe this is for where TNM is ranked, because we're level 9 and it's showing us how far to level 10, and I'm assuming this is the total amount of damage that we've done so far, but that looks like 1 trillion. If we did 1 trillion damage, we should already be past this Titan boss. So this is something that definitely needs a better explanation for sure. And then you'll see the ranking. So you'll actually see your faction members, the amount of points that they got, the amount of energy that they've spent to get there, and you'll see how much time is left on the Titan remaining. So yeah, and also similarly, these rewards, depending on, I guess, where your rank is based on the level that your faction is at, these rewards also will be sent to your inbox once today's Titans end. In this little I will show you, I guess, a tiny little breakdown. It'll tell you to earn faction rewards. Faction members that attack the Titans earn faction points. With enough points, the rewards will level up and the prizes get better. So compete with other members to get the best rewards. So it looks like it's an internal competition with people within your own faction, and not a faction competition of like, well, it's TNM versus 5SP versus Woken versus any of this type of stuff. It looks like it's just internal. So there you have it. That's kind of the very bare bones basic outlook of what Titan is going to be. I'm not going to bother playing one on this video. I feel like it's going to be way too long and way too strategic to just go in and, click a couple buttons and be like, oh, my Ilya did a couple 100 million damage. I'm not looking to just do tiny numbers here. I would like to do some solid damage, and you saw it just updated while we're looking at it. You can see that, yes, people are doing a couple billion damage here, which is great. But that's what you really need to be working on if you're trying to help your faction progress. You need to put in billions and billions and billions of damage, not just a couple million. So I'm going to do some more research and some more deep diving on the roster to see who I might have that'll be good for this. Ilya's going to be pretty good, I'm assuming. I know some people were talking about Punk. Americano, I've seen some people using. I know people were talking about Miz. And maybe there's something here with the tag, right? Maybe there's something here with the hot tag abilities or something along those lines. But we will see. Last thing to note, the Titan is a Titan, not a tour. So your tour perks will not count for this. It's a Titan. So, look, that's going to be it for this one. Some very surface level, bare bones basics information for the Titan. Hopefully it helps answer a couple of questions that you all might have had out there. Good luck to each and every last one of you who are going to try and help their faction do some big old damage numbers for the Titan. You will definitely see some more content from me in regards to who I'm going to try to use for some big numbers on the Titan. But that will happen when it happens. For now, today, this is just the surface level explanation of what we can expect with the Titan. So that's going to be it for this one, y'all. Until next time, have a good one.